A very massive good evening to you from us all here at BCTV. My name is Ray Carpenter and this is the lovely Amy, who you all know anyway. She needs no introduction. You need no introduction.
I'm an old face now. Old face. You're all the time.
Old. Would we say old? It's a good point that you've raised about looking old, because we've got a skin scare. Skin scare.
We're doing skin scare.
Skin care special for you tonight.
I'm in need of it.
And my goodness me, we've had an absolute ball today, haven't we?
I'm in love with so many products. It's a bit ridiculous.
The smells, the scents that have been wafting around BCTV HQ have been amazing. Our skin is pampered and fresh and soft and smelling lush.
You wouldn't even believe it.
Honestly. It's been awesome, isn't it?
I'm more moisturised today than I have been in my whole life, I think.
We've got some sensational products to review for you tonight. We've got, of course, help from our bloggers as well, so we'll be including our bloggers. We have also got a fantastic section for you on Neil's Yard Remedies facials and, of course, Forever Aloe facials. In fact, today we are doing a facial for the females and we're also doing a facial. Your male facial. It is happening tonight. We've got the lovely Lauren in from Grace and Evie Salon, and she will be with us a little while. She'll be with us in a little while. And we've got, of course, the lovely Sarah and the ever-willing Gareth as our models.
Robed and ready to go, officially.
So they are in their robes, they're ready to go, and they'll be coming up in a little while. Also, we've got 3 amazing competitions for you. A little bit more on that in a moment, but they're pretty awesome tonight, aren't they?
Pretty awesome. And thought-provoking, as ever.
As ever.
Guess the product.
There is, and we have been guessing the product. I wasn't allowed in on the secret until literally coming live on air, and it's like, oh, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one tonight, isn't it?
I'm always intrigued to see the suggestions we have come through. This one's going to be special in particular. So.
If you follow us on Twitter, of course, you will already know that we are reviewing products tonight by some old school incredible companies like Clinique and, of course, Neil's Yard Remedies. We are also looking at some new kids on the block tonight as well. We're looking at the Manuka Doctor, which is a huge emerging trend.
Huge. I've never read so much about bee venom.
It's just been fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got the Manuka Doctor coming up for you. We've also got for you, we're actually going to be Skyping with Jan from Ginvera. Now, Ginvera is the distributor of an amazing new product that's coming in from Asia, specifically from Singapore, and it's taking us by storm. We have been wowed by their product today.
And by the looks of things, we're not the only ones either.
No, we've got lots to talk about tonight.
Lots
to talk about. We will be also, of course, having a look at Forever Aloe tonight with Gareth's Facial going on. and we'll also be looking, as I said before, we'll be looking at old school Clinique as well. Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a staple. You know the name. It needs no introduction, basically, does it?
Exactly. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what other people's opinion are, what we found out about them. So.
Speaking of which, get involved. That is what we want from you tonight. Of course, we want your questions coming in for the lovely Lauren. Information about that will be on the little advert that we've created for you on our competitions. So that will be coming up. Make note of the details on the competitions, of course, so for the hashtags. And we will be passing your questions on to Lauren a little while later. But also get involved. If there's questions about the products, if you've used the products, we want to hear from you.
We do indeed.
So get those coming in. Be a part of tonight's show. We're really going to be looking forward to it. So, without further ado, shall we be having a look at our competitions tonight?
It's only right.
Yeah, we've got 3 fantastic competitions here at BCTV. The team just keeps stepping it up. Tonight, 3 fantastic competitions for you, and they cover a huge array of areas, specifically the Guess the Product. Now, if you, like me, kind of look at this thing and go, it looks like something off of Doctor Who. I don't blame you either. What I would say is take a look at it, get entering, and see tonight if you can be a winner. We've got 3 fantastic competitions coming up for you. Make a note of those details. Yeah, 3 fantastic competitions. We will be playing out that advert for you throughout the show tonight. So if you missed anything on that, don't panic. No, don't panic. There's no need to panic because you will get a chance to make a note of all of those. It does look like something out of Star Trek.
It does. I honestly think you could talk into it and it could take you wherever you like.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, it also reminds me of an old school board game that we used to play with Dream Phone. Don't know if anyone's familiar with that one.
I think I'm too old for that one.
But yeah, reminds me of that one.
Showing
weirdly.
my age.
But yeah.
Okay, first products we're going to look at tonight. We're going to be looking at the Ginvera products, aren't we? Now, when I walked into the offices today, you were sat at your desk, excited, like a kid in a sweet shop.
By anything and everything green tea. It's been a beautiful week for me after receiving these products. Ginvera were a brand that got in touch with us via Twitter, had a bit of conversation with them, got speaking to Jan, who is the guest that we're going to be talking to on Skype.
Yeah.
Now, she very kindly arranged for these products to be sent to us, and I am in love. The Marvel gel, which is one that we'll have a little look at closer later on, is, I just can't, it is the perfect product for me. It's a gentle exfoliator, but is it effective?
But there's no grain. Now this is what, because obviously if you have been if you've been using an exfoliator, normally there's a grain to it. There is a scrubber basically within it that is taking off the dead skin cells off the top of the skin. Yeah. This is unlike any exfoliator because technically exfoliator is not the word for it, I guess, because it doesn't literally, you don't feel it like sandpaper rubbing on the skin.
It's beautiful.
Do you want to show it on the back of your hand?
I think we're going to have to.
This is quite gross, not going to lie.
Because don't judge my weird hands.
What you see for the first time in using this product, and we were upstairs earlier, and I was like, oh, it's fine, washed your hands, a little bit of moisturiser. There's no dead skin, it's fine. This is quite remarkable, really, isn't it?
It's marvellous. It is honestly astonishing. I mean, you see the word exfoliating, like you said, you think grainy, you think it's going to be that texture. But this is just something else. Now, I'll put it onto my hands and you can take a close look. But there we go. So there you go. Can you see the product? Now, that's quite a fair amount of product, but it's green. You can't tell from there, but it doesn't have any kind of grain or consistency.
It's almost like a jello, isn't it? It's like a malleable jello.
So you can see that there. Now what I'm going to do is just gently, my hands are dry, my fingers are dry, I'm just going to rub it onto my hand and you will see the ick, for want of a better word,
it is
come off.
Essentially lifting dead skin. So what you're seeing on the close-up there,
can you see?
There is, if you can just see on the top part of your hand, you can just start seeing the dead skin lifting.
Yeah, now that is my
obviously
dead
the first time you use it is going to be the worst. And they say that after that, the benefits of obviously using it continually means that less and less and less and less.
Actually gross.
Blackheads, I mean.
Take a look. Well, using this on your face, honestly, if you can see, that's just lifted that from my hand. It's incredible. Now,
you're a clean girl. It's all
I
right.
like to think.
You're a clean girl.
That, honestly.
She's not a dirty girl. She's a clean
it looks
girl.
like I haven't bathed for months. But it is just I'm not joking. Afterwards, your skin just feels amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a tissue.
You get a tissue and clean it. Right. Now, the reason obviously that we wanted to show this to you tonight, because I imagine if you've used it already, now I tweeted about this earlier on today, this and the other product that we're going to be looking at, and I tweeted about it earlier, and somebody who follows me on Twitter, Minky Moo, she tweeted back instantly. Now I won't it's verbatim what I'm saying here, but basically she was saying it was very good, very good, as she was saying, in quite expletive terms, how awesome this product was. Now that's on the BB cream that we'll be having a look at as well. But bearing in mind, we're looking. Does it feel soft now that you've
so soft?
Yeah, it really has been remarkable. It is a product that was basically started up in Singapore in 1985, and luckily we had, again, you've got a fantastic couple who have essentially seen this. They were living in Asia at the time, and obviously there are products across the world that don't necessarily make it over to the UK.
Exactly.
Finally, This is here. We're going to be speaking to Jan, aren't we? We're going to be speaking to Jan, who is, we're going to be speaking to Jan via Skype, and she's going to explain to us a little bit more about, of course, Ginvera and, of course, Ginvera, the product as well. Yeah. So, with no further ado, shall we welcome Jan in on Skype?
We definitely should.
Very good evening to you, Jan.
Hi,
How
Jan.
are you?
Good evening. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Really well, thank you. We've been blown away by, specifically the Marvel gel. The BB cream has been great as well, but I have to say, the Marvel gel has really tipped the edge tonight.
It has, definitely.
Yes, it is an amazing product. We simply love it. It is marvellous.
It is marvellous. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Tell us a bit about how you got involved and kind of where you're at the moment, how it's being distributed, and where we can get hold of it.
Okay, well, basically we formed the company in 2011, and first sales came in January 2012, so it's all happened rather quick. As you rightly said, our MD, who lived in Singapore, came across Marvel Gel and was just blown away by the effects, and he just felt he had to bring it to the UK, and that the UK consumers would just simply adore this product. So that's how the company came about, and Ginvera Limited was born. We are the UK exclusive distributor for the Ginvera Green Tea skincare range. At the moment, we're in Harvey Nichols, which is amazing, Cult Beauty, and other online stores and independent retailers. We're still trying to get the word out there, getting people to try this fantastic product. Once people do, especially the Marvel Gel, because the results are instant, the reaction sometimes can be just absolutely priceless. It's amazing. And we're looking to keep spreading that word within the UK. Eventually we want to get out into Europe, to USA, the rest of the world, and just tell everyone about this fantastic range.
You're getting a lot of coverage at the moment. It seems to kind of be quite explosive. You know, we were having a look at your website earlier, and obviously you've got Emmy award-winning makeup artists commenting about how fantastic it is. You've got actresses, of course, who are commenting on how awesome the product is. You've got so much coverage you've got Cosmo, of course, you've got Vogue, Glamour Mag. I mean, there really is a lot of buzz about these products at the moment.
There is, you're absolutely right. Then buzz is the right word. There is. And it's just continually, and it's as soon as people try it, as you've seen yourselves, you're testament to it, that the BB cream and the Marvel Gel, it just proves what a fantastic range they are. So we're keen to get out there, to put the products out there and to get people trying. I mean, we've had some absolutely priceless reactions to people who've tried it within demonstrations or taken it home and tried it for themselves. The feedback is amazing, and that's what really drives us forward.
Well, honestly, after the first trial that I did, I could not get over the effect that it had. And I'm sitting here stroking my hands like a bit of a weirdo. But honestly, the feeling of your skin afterwards and just the difference. And I'll show it on a close-up later. We'll take a photo because you can just see
the texture, isn't it?
And not only is it just soft to the touch, but you can see the pores are more close, it's the skin, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, as you're aware, I'm not the only one that thinks this at all. Everybody is in awe of this product.
We've been looking at some great blogs, haven't we?
Yeah, and one in particular,
fantastic feedback.
Yeah, and Pretty in Pink, a blog that we've got here, she's actually got some of the before, during, and after shots that we'll take a look at, and you can see more closely the effect that I'm referring to. But I'm just so surprised that the product itself doesn't have that grainy texture before you apply it to skin. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the combination of the reaction of the product, the ingredients, the friction of you using it on your skin, and it's just pulling off. I mean, it's not pretty, as you know, when you use it, but it's just pulling off all those dead skin cells, the dirt, the grime, and just letting that new, smoother, fresher skin just come through.
Well, let's talk about the BB cream, because I mean, obviously the Marvel Gel tipped the balance for us here at Beauty Crowd, and obviously with so many bloggers as well. but the BB cream is being raved about. We have, we were looking at a blog, Sunday Girl, the Sunday Girl's blog we were looking at, and quite an in-depth blog about the BB cream as well, which is great to see, because obviously somebody's taking the time to really review it, really go into detail, and they loved it. The coverage, the consistency, everything. The only thing, and the biggest thing, and we were talking about it as well, is when are you going to get more colours?
Yeah, it at the moment it just comes in one shade, because as you know, this is an Asian original skincare range. Basically one shade does fit a majority of the skin tones where this originates from in Singapore. So for the UK, the Western market, yes, we do need to think about other shades and catering for the rest of the skin tones. So it's definitely something we're thinking about.
Brilliant. That's great news.
That's very good news.
Great news, because that's the own. Everybody's raving about consistency, coverage, everything about it,
even
isn't
the
it?
smell.
Yes,
Everybody's loving absolutely every aspect of it. I think it's just more people want to be able to get involved. And I know when I've used BB creams and CC creams for quite some time now, and I was blown away by the coverage. It was that you don't really expect from a BB cream. You do sort of think they're going to be that tinted moisturiser level coverage, quite a sheer. But this was amazing, and I think that's the thing. Like you were saying, you perhaps need something a little slightly different tone. So you want to be able to benefit.
It was great coverage, great consistency, but I need a different colour, and so get on it.
Let more people experience the amazingness of the BB cream. Definitely. Now, we've already got questions coming in regarding the price of these products. So can you just let us familiarise us with the price if they were to buy from Ginvera direct?
Yes, if you purchase from our website, the BB cream actually comes in two sizes. It comes in 25ml, and that's £18, and the 40ml is £26. We personally on our website do charge post and packaging.
Amazing. I can confirm we've already had one person let us know in the social stream they've already bought the exfoliator. Samantha Schofield has just treated herself, so we've already got people flocking over. I'm going to be stocking up. I think
without a doubt, that is going to be a staple. And then for birthdays, for friends, and for my family, everybody's getting the Marvel gel without a shadow of a doubt. It was phenomenal, wasn't it? So different.
And honestly, anyone that's come near me in the last couple of days has been exfoliated. I've had, give me a hand, let me show you how dirty you are. we've had everybody, and everyone has been absolutely wowed by it. So I think the more people that get to try this out, the better. Honestly, I'm very pleased for you getting in touch, because I'm so pleased that this is now in my regime.
Yeah, and obviously, we were obviously looking at the history of Ginvera, and we were also looking at its sister product as well, which I know that at the moment Ginvera haven't brought to the UK as yet, but we were looking at that. And my background is, as I'm an accredited jewellery professional, and my background is studying gemstones and all of that sort of thing. So I was amazed to see the other product that they do, which is based with amethyst crystals as well. So that was quite a fascinating read, and just to kind of gain the historic sort of healing properties of amethyst and everything else to go with it. But obviously then you've got the essential ingredients within the Ginvera collection where you can clearly see, historically all of the benefits that come with the actual ingredients within the product.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the other great products, I don't know if you've seen it on our website, is the Jade Dark Circle Eye Roller.
Yes.
That, for example, you're talking about using gems and specific ingredients that are specific to the Asian region. The Jade Eye Roller, the actual roller ball, is made from real jade. Because it's known for its antibacterial qualities.
And
so
especially within the Asian
countries, different these products really are.
Yeah. And jade is the most desired gemstone over in China. It's one of the most historic. It's one of the most treasured as well. So it is fascinating, isn't it? It's been a really, really interesting and very, very beneficial.
Very beneficial for me, if nobody else. But honestly, it's probably had one of the best reactions that I've seen as well from everybody across the board. Different skin types, different people that look for different things with different products, and everybody has been wowed by it. And that is through every every blog that we've looked at as well. It's been fantastic. I certainly think it is one that's going to be around for a very long time.
Yeah, and keep us posted, Jan. Let us know of any developments, any more products that you decide to bring in that we haven't heard about over here as yet. Do keep us informed, and thanks ever so much for joining us tonight via Skype, and thank you for bringing that into our lives, quite frankly.
Changing our lives. It's a beautiful thing.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having us on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jan. Cheers now. Thanks so much.
Soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, you can. There are so many blogs out there where bloggers have been trying and testing this product. It's really worth the read. And again, going back to the BB cream, I know that we are massive fans of the Marvel gel, so that's kind of where our angle's been this evening. But the BB cream, it's great. It's just that. It's just the fact, and and we always want to make sure that, and we were talking about this earlier. We want for you to be able to trust any of the reviews, of course, and to make sure that you get a really wide variety of access to different bloggers and different opinions. And we want for you to know that not everything that we review is always going to be amazing. The Marvel cream is amazing.
Actually,
the BB cream, it's great. But it's a very specific skin tone, and
it works for me.
Once they develop that,
it just needs, and it is, like I said to Jan, it is one of those things. They make those little tweaks, the more people will be able to enjoy it. And if you couple that BB cream with the Marvel gel, you're onto a winner for sure.
Definitely. And any of the other products that they have a look on their website. And of course, get involved. If you do try any of their products and you review them, or you want to blog about it and you want us to cover it, just get involved. We would love to hear from you. We're on Twitter. Of course, you've got our email address as well. So, you can get involved. We want to hear from everybody, don't we?
We want to hear. We want to hear how you've tried this, what it's like on your skin, whether you've used it for a long time, all sorts.
Absolutely.
Share it with us.
So that was product number one of the new kids on the block. We've still got loads more products, of course, to cover within tonight's show. But now we are heading over to a reclining Sarah on the bed, gowned and ready to go with the fantastic Lauren from Grayson's Evie Salon. How are you both? Are you well?
I'm fine, thank you.
You good? Sarah, are you comfy?
We have to be
You're all
pampered.
relaxed. Okay. So Lauren's going to be using Neil's Yard Remedy products on Sarah. It's going to be sort of about 15-20 minutes. You're going to talk us through what you're doing. We're going to be having a look at the products, of course, that Lauren's using as well. And it smells amazing in here, doesn't it?
I've just been creeping over to that side of the room from time to time. But
yeah, we're going to hand over to Lauren. Lauren's going to take the reins and she's going to talk us through a facial. Get your questions in, #Ask Lauren. Get those hashtags in, and we will pass those questions on, won't we?
We will be bombarding Lauren just shortly.
Right, so basically the Neil's Yard products are organic and they are paraben free. They've got no toxins, no chemicals, so they're really good for the skin. So I'm going to be starting off by using the white tea facial mist, which the extracts from the tea are basically really calming and good for the skin, so the client is calm, before the actual treatment begins.
All the products that you're going to be using today, Lauren, they're all available retail as well?
Yes, they are.
It smells nice already. It's wafting. It's wafting this way. How does the spritz feel on your skin, Sarah?
Refreshing.
Refreshing. Okay, this is
Now
good.
I'm going to go on with the cleanse.
So what's the product that you're using at the moment?
This is chamomile cleanser, and it's fabulous. It's refreshing. It's good for nourishing the skin and kind of, keeping it in condition.
Okay, it's about £15.50 for the cleanser that Lauren's using at the moment, and that is available for you on, we'll bring the website up for you. Actually, there we are. Cleanser Cleanser on your screen there, £15.50 for, and what's the millimetre on that one? The millimetre, litres? Millilitres. Millilitres. Look at me. Getting all my millimetres and my millilitres.
We're throwing metrics around like nobody's business.
100, okay. Now that's looking nice.
I was just like, oh.
That was
a bit
looking.
of facial envy.
That's a little bit. Both of us here today were like, really, really, really just
Can
want to
we-
be on the bed.
Can we
Can
talk
we
about
remove
things
that?
and have a facial at the same? Is that possible? Can we do a new style?
So the cleanser's gone on the skin, and now just literally plain water to take that off, or are you using something else?
It's plain water at the moment,
Okay.
but we'll be using the rose mist shortly.
And just, are they natural sponges that you're using to,
Yes.
yeah,
So.
natural sponges.
How's it feeling, Sarah?
Really nice. It smells really nice.
It can, well, you can smell it from here, can't you? It really is just smelling absolutely beautiful.
That's the nice thing about Neil's Yard, I think, because they're organic. The smell organic. There's no artificial.
Yeah, it's really strange because obviously before you sent me the itinerary for tonight's show, I didn't actually know that we were working with Neil's Yard Remedy. I've just started buying. I've just started buying their products. I've just bought a shower gel and some bath salts. But I have to say, after rummaging around on the table with all of the things that Lauren's bought over, the smell has been fantastic. And it's a long-standing brand. I think that's the thing as well. It's a long-standing brand. You know, it started in the early 1980s, started in Covent Garden, and the wonderful thing about it, it has a great story, it has a great history to it.
Yeah.
But also, they are seeped in that organic, cruelty-free,
Their
you know,
ethos is there.
botanics, you know, and that is important because obviously when they are claiming that, you know, that's what they're using, the smell, the way that the jars and the bottles, it's quite apothecary kind of look to it, isn't it?
And even the stores, when you go into the stores, it does have that apothecary
Yes,
feel.
it does.
You have the raw ingredients around, you know,
Yeah.
it's lovely. And again, the smell.
If you're a fan of Neil's Yard Remedies and you have used those products and you want to let us know what products you're a big fan of within their collection, we would love to hear from you. Just send in, of course, your questions if you may have for Lauren as well with hashtag #AskLauren. But if you specifically do use a Neil's Yard Remedy product and you want to shout about it tonight or any feedback, as this thing, we always want to make sure, it doesn't matter if it's not amazing, if you've kind of had a bit of, you know, all that sort of, that true feedback, that's what we want, isn't it?
Exactly. Just share with us. We're wanting to get, this is about everybody's opinion.
Absolutely,
So we want to get
absolutely.
everyone involved.
Yeah, we. What I will say as well, though, is when you start looking at and they're certified organic ingredients as well, which kind of takes it to another level with Neil's Yard Remedies. One of the things I will say is, in just kind of researching the company, 1980s, they're known as the emporium of alternative therapies. So what's interesting is being able to, you know, see that. Oh gosh, that looks good. Is to be able to see those products being used in the kind of way that they were kind of set up, not just your shower gels, not just your moisturizers, but
It's
within that
core.
therapeutic state, isn't it?
Exactly, because as I can pretty much tell from Sarah's face,
I know.
putting face cream on is not the same as a facial. This is a whole
glowing.
different experience.
So what is it at the moment that you're using?
I'm using the orange facial oil, and it's basically got omega-7 in it, so it's fabulous for the skin. It's nourishing and obviously helps to plump the skin.
And the technique that you're using on Sarah's face now, does that aid the plumping and the absorption
Yes,
of the product?
because what I'm doing is I'm using a lymph drainage, so it's basically draining, you know, any toxins, anything in the skin is draining them all.
Okay.
See, if I did that, it would just be look as if I maybe just rubbing someone's face.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
there is
hurting them a
clearly a technique. You can
Yes,
see the way that you
definitely.
are. You know, this is somebody who's trained and knows what they're doing, rather than just. Now, the orange flower facial oil, of course, is available for you at Neil's Yard Remedy. You've got all the details on the screen. It is £24.75 for 30 millilitres. How long would you say, how many drops of the oil did you use?
I've
obviously
actually
30
used
mils.
4 drops. You don't need to use much because it goes a long way.
So 4 drops. And is it a pipette within the actual
Yes,
bottle
it
itself?
is. That's it in the bottle, and you just kind of, you know, drop it out.
Lovely. Okay. So that's got a proper apothecary feel to it, hasn't it?
It's almost like you're doing a little bit of an experiment.
Yeah, it's like a scientist.
It looks so comforting. How does it smell, Sarah?
Smells really good, and I think Lauren is really good at finding the pressure points. Feels really nice.
Yeah.
Are you feeling slightly de-stressed at the moment?
Yes.
There's an air of serenity about
I know.
Sarah at the moment, isn't there?
Literally never seen her look so relaxed and happy. Amazing. Now, with facials, Lauren, it's always something I wondered. How regularly would you advise somebody to have a facial?
Well, it depends on the client's skin, because if someone's got really bad prone skin, you know, to acne or anything like that, we'd recommend them to come maybe once a month.
Okay.
Or maybe more. It depends on how severe it is. But no, basically, come whenever you fancy, and you know, really, I'd say once a month is enough.
So if you're using as a treatment, maybe a little more, but
as a treatment, yeah, you could come maybe twice a week or something like that.
okay. I think if I could have a facial like that twice a week, I'd be very happy.
Twice a week, and goodness me. The thing is as well,
You'd
I
be
think
surprised.
is that with this, that you can clearly see there is a technique there, and whereas when you're at home and you'd be doing that on yourself, you maybe wouldn't pay attention to those areas. You may not sort of be as, you know, conscious of course of where the pressure points are. It is lovely to be able to go to somebody who knows what they're doing,
really
isn't
lovely.
it?
Yeah, really lovely. I know on a Sunday evening tends to be my time where I'll like treat myself to a bit, get the exfoliator on, get the moisturiser on, and that's where I go a bit slower, moisturise it in, but it's nothing like what Lauren's doing.
No, it does look
It's
superb.
on another level. We have already got some questions coming in about skincare in general and about what Lauren's actually doing with Sarah at the moment. And people, there is a lot of questions coming in asking about sensitive skin. What kinds of products do you recommend for sensitive skin?
Right, okay. We've actually got a product called Beauty Balm, and it's fabulous. It's good for sensitive skin. It's good for, it's mainly a balanced kind of treatment.
Okay.
So you can use it on oily skin, sensitive skin, acne prone skin, so that's fabulous.
And you're gonna be using that?
Yes, I am.
Brilliant. So we'll
You
be
can
able
use it as a mask as well, which I'll be using it during this treatment as a mask.
Fabulous. Well, we'll be able to concentrate on that. We'll give you all the details of that as soon as Lauren starts using it. But yeah, sensitive skin's going to be an issue, I guess, because obviously with botanicals as well, it's absorbed by the skin, and actually as well, when you've got to put it down to it, because actually researching the sort of the term botanicals and of course organics, it's about also making sure, because these sorts of products enter the bloodstream as well, so you do want to make sure that they're organic. You do want to make sure that everything's been sort of ethically sourced.
Yeah, of course.
So you know, because it will, especially when you are doing the lymphatic drainage, you know, and that's going to be entering the bloodstream. So yeah, very, very, very interesting to kind of take it to a different level, not just, oh, this smells great.
It smells great. I'm going to pop it on my face. This is something else. This is ticking all the boxes, I think, when you like you said, when you research in Neil's Yard, you see all of those things that you want to look for when you're using a product in this way. It ticks all of those boxes.
Yeah, it's been really interesting just to kind of read about the history. And again, you know, you can get a chance to do this at home as well. You know, I'm sure when you find a product and you get a little bit obsessive about it, and that's the product that you become passionate about and you want to tell all your friends about, and you know, if you've got this, well, use this and try this, and you know, and when you do get passionate about a skincare product, like you were saying earlier about, you know, your BB creams and about your Liz Earle and all, you know, it is great to be able to then sort of back that up with a little bit of history, and to also just to understand the ethos and the sort of message of the brand as well, isn't it?
Exactly. And there are quite a few of the brands that we're going to be looking at tonight
have
got that behind them, and it just gives that full understanding and that kind of sense of reassurance, I guess.
I think so. I think because obviously we're going to be looking at Clinique. Clinique's been around obviously since the very late 1960s. So we're going to be looking at Clinique this evening. Neil's Yard is then the next in line, sort of age-wise. We're looking at about 1980, and then of course we've already had a look at the Ginvera, which is 1985 over in Singapore, but very, very recently over here in the UK. And we're going to be looking at the Manuka Doctor as well, which is that huge emerging trend. So, and interesting because all of the brands that we are looking at, bar Clinique, are using byproducts, if you like, for want of a better word, isn't it?
It is literally, also it seems, one of the most key ingredients that everyone is reading
Manuka
about.
honey, beeswax,
bee venom.
Bee venom. It's been really interesting. Okay, so Lauren's now moving on to the mask that she was talking about. You're just talking about this fantastic product. Tell us more about what this product can do.
Right, it is a fabulous product because it's good for eczema. It's good for acne, it's good for psoriasis, it's even good for, say you're on holiday, you've got sunburn, you can use it for that, you can use it for sore lips, like chapped lips.
And this is the beauty balm, isn't it?
Yeah, beauty balm. This is, it's about £30, I think, roughly.
So you're using this as a mask,
Yeah.
but you were saying earlier it can be used as a lip balm.
It can be used as a cleanser. I use it as exfoliator at the start.
And you've mentioned it can be used with problem skin.
Yeah.
But with normal, trouble-free skin as well, is it suitable?
It's balancing, so it's good for every kind of skin. And it's gentle product, so it won't harm the skin at all.
How does it feel on the skin, Sarah, as a mask?
Feels really nice. You can tell that the texture is quite thick, so I can understand how it can be used as a lip balm as well. So it does feel that way on your skin, if it makes sense.
Now, this is going to take a few minutes just to set. So
Could I leave Sarah have a nap?
She's very smiley. She's very happy there with her Wild Rose Beauty Balm. It's going to take. You said it takes about 5 minutes, doesn't it?
3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes to set. Okay, so in that case, the product that you're going to be using after this, so once you've removed the Wild Rose Beauty Balm we were talking about earlier, just if you can just show that up to the camera, we can just have a quick look, because this is a product that is essentially it is their best selling product. So this is the Frankincense Hydrating Balm. And this is, and we were talking about this earlier because you were saying about how this will be the moisturizer that you're using after you've taken the mask off. Now, this is the frankincense. This is fascinating stuff, because when you start looking into companies' best-selling products, this is their #1 selling product. They sell directly from their own website, from nowhere else, as in it is available elsewhere, but just from their own website alone. They're selling 12,000 pots of this a month.
Incredible.
A month.
Can't even.
The frankincense. It's fascinating, isn't it?
I can't imagine how they house that. They must have their own frankincense moisturizer warehouse.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But the estimated sell is per month directly from their online shop. So not from another distributor, not from another shop, not from another online, but directly from it's 12,000 pots a month. So they are clearly doing something very right
in this
there.
Moisturizer,
yeah, definitely. Could you say the price again for me, please, Neil? £24.75 for 50 grams. For 50 grams, multi-award winning.
Really,
it has it's won ethical awards, beauty awards, magazine awards, Cosmo awards, Style Times awards. I mean, it is an award-winning product, and that is what Lauren's going to be using on Sarah next once we've removed the Wild Rose Balm mask. Now, keep your questions coming in. Really important. We want any questions that you may have to do with skincare. Obviously, we've got our skincare. I keep saying skincare. Skincare specialist. Of course, Lauren in. #AskLauren. Get your questions in. I know that she'll be able to answer those questions for you. I know a lot of you have been asking specifically about sensitive skin. Also get in touch with us if you have been using any Neil Yard's remedies yourself. As I said, I've literally my cousin is obsessed with them and has been for a long time. I've just cottoned on to buying them, but as I said, I'm just using the shower gels and the bath stuff at the minute. But my goodness me, after today, it is beautifully, beautifully.
Every time I turn to look at you, I get a waft of the gorgeous wild rose. Absolutely lovely.
That's 4 minutes for you, Lauren, for the mask. Just so there we go.
So start taking that off now.
Taking that off, literally just with water again.
Yeah, this is just water at the moment.
How does it feel now it's been on the face for a little while, Sarah?
It felt quite warming on the skin, and the smell of it is I can't pin it down. What did you say it is?
Wild Rose.
Wild Rose, okay. And it is refreshing at the same time, but when it was on the skin, it did feel kind of warming. So
Making from the
relaxing.
thickness of it.
Definitely relaxing.
The skin is definitely glowing.
I was just thinking that. Honestly, I was like,
Fabulous.
she's got such a good glow going on.
Really nice. And the
Absolutely fabulous.
texture of the cheekbones and the sides of the cheeks looking smooth, Sarah.
Looking smooth. Looking smooth.
Feels smooth.
Lauren, people are asking a lot about at-home pampering. And Kitty Radford is actually saying about people should look into aromatherapy massage more. She uses massage techniques when she puts her moisturizer on every single day. In relation to using these techniques at home, have you got any key advice for?
I'd say if you have any pressure under your eyes, suffer with any bags, dark circles, tend to do lots of pressure circles, plus also press on pressure points about there, middle, and then the ends, and do a few pressure point circles.
Helps.
I need constant pressure on that area then.
Just sit there all day, just poking.
So this is the famous frankincense now, isn't it? This is what we've just been talking about. So this is the product that Neal's Yard Remedies are selling just from their own website, 12,000 pots of every month, every single month. How does it feel? Explain to us, Sarah, just why you may think that they're selling 12,000 pots of this a month.
When it was being applied, it felt refreshing and very smooth. And I think I'll be able to tell you after, when I then touch my face, what it's going to feel like. It's kind of hard to say when you're not touching it yourself.
Lauren, what's in it? What is it that is, why is there's this huge buzz around this product? What is it?
There's actually frankincense and myrrh in it, so it's really good for refurnishing and plumping the skin. It's good for bringing out, if you've got dark, you kind of make it glow, and it's
just the natural properties of those
it brings out all the
key
natural
ingredients.
glow in the skin and gives you a healthier look.
Fab. We've just been run down a list here: carrot, almond, apricot,
It's got everything.
aloe vera.
It's like a fruit salad.
It is like a fruit salad.
You hear about these superfoods, don't you, to eat, and then you just think, well, actually, if they're in a face balm, they're only going to do good, don't they?
Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.
Is there another product to be
Yes,
used?
I'm going to be using the eye drops now. It's literally just the gel, the white toning tea eye gel.
And this is for the eye area.
Yes. That's
I'm
it.
paying close attention.
Eyes on the prize, quite literally.
It's £23.75 from Neal's Yard Remedy. You can just see there as well. So relatively small bottle, but I'm assuming with this one, a little goes a long way.
It does.
Yeah.
So this is the circular motion you were saying about with eye bags. And obviously everyone gets a bit scared around the eye area because of the skin. So it's just gentle. And so going around with this with Sarah now, if I were to do this at home, is it just a case of going around very, very gently and just, like you said, highlighting the pressure point?
Small circles, yeah. I tend to do 3 circles to the left and 3 to the right. And then move to the middle and do the same again.
I want to be right where Sarah is now. It looks...
I literally keep drifting off just looking at Sarah being like, so jealous right now, so jealous.
Well, after Sarah has had her lovely facial, we will be just reminding you about our competitions. And then when we come back, we'll be having a quick look at one of your favourite products. We'll be having a look at one of the best sellers at Lizzo, won't we?
Best sellers and award winners.
Yeah, and then, of course, we will be having our Mayshal, where Lauren will be using the Forever Living, Forever Aloe Vera products on Gareth in a little while. So that's still to come. Also, of course, we will be having a look at our Manuka Doctor, and of course we'll also be having a look at our blogger of the week, who is Georgina, and we will be having a look at her blog. It's a great blog. We've really enjoyed reading it, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So that's coming up.
Georgina's blog.
And of course we will be making sure that you get a reminder of this week's competitions, of which there are 3. In the meantime, keep your questions in for Lauren. Lauren's going to be here for the duration of the show. Keep those questions coming in for Lauren so that she can, of course, answer your questions about anything that you have. Loads of questions coming in. Thank you so much to everybody who's involved in the show tonight, in the chat room, of course, as well, and via Twitter and every other platform that can possibly be thought of. Everybody's getting involved tonight.
Somewhere, we're there. We have got Louise on Twitter saying that the Neal's Yard frankincense hydrating cream is so amazing. She got one with a magazine and she hasn't looked back. So
Wow.
Seems to be, once you go Neal's Yard,
You never look back.
do not look back.
No,
Do
it
not look back.
sounds fantastic. So you're using, is this the rose water?
Yeah, this is the wild rose toner. Basically, the rose petals that are in the ingredient are picked at dawn.
Okay.
So they're fresher for the skin.
Wow.
And that's
I
the
love the-
facial.
That is taking care and you're picking in the sourcing of your ingredients, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you feel, Sarah?
Feels amazing.
Do you want to have a feel of your face?
It is really smooth.
It looks
It
glowing.
looks glowing.
From
absolutely
here,
glowing.
it looks glowing.
The facial couldn't have come at a better time. I had really tired eyes, and I found, I
Just
don't know
what
if
you
it's,
needed.
yeah, and the products and the pressure point, I could really feel the pressure
Yeah.
coming off. Yeah, it's really, really good. Highly
Good
recommended.
stuff all round.
Tell you,
Good,
got happy
good
faces.
scents and fantastic smells in this room and glowing skin. A very, very happy customer. Thank you, Lauren, for
No
that one. That's
problem
lovely.
at
We'll be
all.
back with Lauren very, very shortly, of course, when we start having a look at our Mayshal tonight.
Mayshal, the
Hashtag
main
Mayshal. But in the meantime, here is a quick reminder about our 3 fantastic competitions that are up and running for you tonight. Welcome back to tonight's BCTV Live, and it wouldn't be fair if Amy didn't get sometimes to bring in her favourite product.
It's like show and tell. I'm a happy face.
We are going to be looking at, very quickly at, it was more important that we spent a bit more time with, of course, Lauren and Sarah. So we're going to condense this slightly, but we're going to be looking at a Liz Earle product. Now, Liz, of course, Liz Earle, she started back in the very, very early 1990s, and she was a makeup artist and skincare specialist, of course, for programmes like Good Morning Britain and GMTV. And now her empire, for want of a better word, skincare, bath and body, fragrance and makeup.
Yeah.
It's huge. And you, Amy, my lovely, are a big fan, aren't you?
I'm a huge fan.
Tell us why.
I'm supporting that empire. This, up until about, I've always had tricky skin, for want of a better word. And about probably 18 months ago, my skin was giving me
Bit of jip.
a lot of jip. So BC Joe, as I'm sure most of the regulars are familiar with, introduced me to the wonderful world of Liz Earle. Now, I was lucky enough to be bought a sample of the Cleanse and Polish, which is the product that I wanted to talk about today. Now, it is a recommended daily essential. We'll take a quick look at it now. It is recommended that you use both day and night. It's a very, very, very gentle cleansing product, but it's got a wonderful little plus point to it, which is it is a cleanse and polish. Now, there are a lot of hot cloth cleansers about at the moment, formulated probably around the theme of which Liz Earle is kind of the standard
Yeah,
which she's set.
she does set the bar, to
She
be
does.
honest, doesn't she? She really, really does. And just having a look at the whole ethos when she first started creating her collection and setting about kind of setting up the brand and everything else. I think what you'll find with Liz Earle is this level of professionalism and exceeding your expectations on that delivery as well.
On absolutely everything. They, you know, their ethos throughout their website is not only exceeding your expectations through product, but also through service. And I know that is that resonates through the counters, through the stores, and through the online experience as well, and they are just fabulous. This is a product which is, as I mentioned, a hot cloth cleanser. So you are to apply this to the skin, moisturize, like blend it in, really treat yourself with it. It feels like a luxury product. In the morning, it's a nice little treat. Strap myself into the bathroom and trying on one of these. But you use a cloth. I tend to favour a flannel or a muslin cloth that you get with the product. You use in a hot lukewarm water, nothing too hot, and then you just gently wipe the product away from your face. So it is not like, you know, in the morning you don't want to be splashing your face with cold water and having that strong makeup. This is the perfect way to treat your skin, and then you just gently remove all trace of the day or night from your face.
You're not the only one who loves it. It's got a 5-star review. And also, just going back to what we were talking about earlier about Neal's Yard remedies, with it being botanical and being organic. When you look at Liz Earle, of course, she is very, 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 very heavily onto the botanical side, using growers and harvesters and providers, sustainable, ethical, organic, cruelty-free. She lists her A to Z of ingredients, not just how what the ingredients that she uses, but also how they're sourced. You can see that all at lizearle.com. There's skincare, bath and body, hair care, fragrance, and makeup. I think what I loved about sort of researching Liz's entire sort of journey with this company as well is the transparency, the integrity, and the kind of openness and honesty that they have about their products. And it instantly feels like a brand that you can trust. You clearly do.
100%. And it was because I have had experiences with certain skincare before that I felt a bit disappointed by, and a bit like, oh, this promised a lot and didn't deliver. This has delivered and exceeded my expectations as Liz intended. But just as Ray mentioned, it's got 5 stars on their website alone with 1,600 reviews. That is incredible, to take the time and effort to go and review that. But one thing that is huge for the Liz Earle brand is the use of the natural ingredients, and it's the importance on the quality of those as well. And it really feels like it when you're using the products, and it does. Honestly, it's improved my skin no end, and I don't think there is one person in my life I haven't recommended this to. It is, honestly, it changes your world. Highly
Recommended. Highly recommended. Now, from one fantastic lady to a fantastic man. It's Gareth. He's on the bed, he's ready, and he's waiting with our lovely Lauren from Grace and Evie Salon, and he's ready for his Mayshul.
Mayshul of the day.
So, Lauren, your second candidate, looking a little bit petrified.
Can we say he's relaxed? I don't think he is just yet.
Looking a little bit petrified there. Lauren, take it away. I know you're going to be using the Forever Aloe product on Gareth tonight. Take it away, crack on, and we will just follow your lead on this one. It's nice, I think, for the gents to have a little bit of a treat.
I think it is.
Ladies, if you're watching tonight and you're thinking about treating your man to a Mayshul, it sounds so wrong when I say it like that, but you know what I mean.
Now, I must say, you really look at Gareth and think, oh, is he looking a bit apprehensive at the moment? Honestly, I've lost count of how many times Gareth has told me he's excited about this facial tonight. So he is...
I am a Mayshul virgin.
Absolutely loving it. You can see.
He's a Mayshul virgin.
Soon to be changed.
Oh my goodness me. Too many jokes and not enough time. What I will say is the Forever Aloe products that you're using. I mean, this is a huge thing that's happening at the moment, because obviously, and we will touch upon it very, very quickly. The product that you're using, it's a kit, isn't it? It's a facial kit that you're using. But obviously, the Forever Livings, foreverliving.com, this is a company that essentially arrived in the UK at around like 2008, and it's not just skincare that they use. They're basically about well-being, but also, of course, as well, you can be, with Forever Living, you can become a distributor, and it's part of a multi-level marketing system, isn't it? So they do a detoxifying where you can ingest the aloe vera, of course, as well, take it internally, and it flushes out and cleanses the system a little bit, I suppose, like an enema, for want of a better word.
Well, it's really good for weight loss. It's fabulous,
It is a huge... What I was going to say is if you have any experience with Forever Living, or if you have, if you're watching tonight and you are a distributor for Forever Aloe, or you've been involved with it, or you've ever been to one of the Forever Aloe parties that maybe a friend or a relative has held, what I would ask is get in touch with us tonight. Let us know.
Definitely.
Because obviously we're using the products tonight. We're not going to make him ingest any of the Forever Aloe, weight management or anything like that. Although that could be another show.
Could be another show. Could be perhaps we'll do a little bit of a time lapse. You never know.
The pack that you're using tonight, is this great for women and for men as well?
Yeah, it's great for both. Basically, what I'm doing now is I'm using a scrub, so it's got jojoba in it, and that's one of the best things for removing dead skin.
Okay. Is it grainy?
Yes, it is grainy, but it's not too harsh.
How's it feeling, Gareth?
Grainy, but not too harsh.
Lovely.
Wow,
Thank you for
Gareth,
that.
that's such a great
What an
explanation.
insight.
Wow.
Exactly what it says on the tin.
Glad we got a professional just to be our facial recipient today.
It's good on the old eyebrows, I've got to say.
I know you're modelling one of the Scouse brows there, no?
Bold is beautiful, Gareth. Bold is beautiful.
The benefits, obviously, of aloe, I mean, historically, Lauren, they just go back, centuries.
Yeah.
What about when it comes to the products that you're using, what are we expecting to see as a change in Gareth's skin?
Well, basically, because it's such a natural ingredient, it's really good for, plumping the skin again and giving that natural glow. So it's really good.
Is it calming?
It is calming. It's good for all sorts of things, acne-prone skin. It's good for cold sores, anything like that. So even just using this around the mouth is good. It's good for...
So you can also use the product just on isolated areas then?
Yeah.
Gareth, do you use anything at all on your skin?
On
do you do anything?
Kind of like a aftershave balm sometimes.
An aftershave balm?
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
to clean the skin?
Clean the skin, just,
cleanse?
bog standard soap and water,
Bog standard
Old
soap and
school.
water. Your skin's going to feel like new.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I told you we'd make you feel 30 years younger leaving here. You'll be
I feel like
toddler skin.
like a new man.
A new woman is what
What
you want
about
to
the
say.
actual action of the facial massage? Is this something that you as a man you enjoy, or is this something that you're thinking?
It is very relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's nice. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. Okay.
Yeah, could definitely fall asleep. Yeah.
So what was the first product that you used there?
First product I used was the aloe cleanser.
Okay.
And that's all natural ingredients, so that's nearly 100% aloe vera.
Okay. And then so what's the product that you're using now?
The product I'm using now is actually the night cream. It's a recovery night cream,
Okay.
so again, it's good for dark circles. When you're feeling, you need something to kind of brighten you up, it's really good for that. We've also got a day skin which comes with this.
Okay. Now,
How am I looking?
the actual kit itself, we're going to show, because it is a boxed set that Lauren is using tonight. Just over £83 in total, but you do get a lot of product within the kit for that as well. Obviously as well, do have a navigate around the website, because as we were saying earlier, that was what was important, is that it's not just about of course, obviously with the skincare. I know we're focusing on that tonight, but the Forever Aloe it's a part of a much kind of broader kind of Forever Living sort of umbrella company. Have a look at that. And as I said, if you have been involved with them, if you've ever been to an aloe vera, sort of the Forever Aloe party, or if you know somebody who's maybe done the detox and you want to get in touch with us, or you want to tweet about it tonight, we'd love to hear from you, wouldn't we?
It's one of those products that I think I've heard a lot about. I don't know anybody in particular that has used it and fed back. So I'm really intrigued by it.
The actual skincare product, I knew that it existed, but I hadn't actually ever seen it in action.
Yeah.
But I have a friend who is a distributor for them, and she's done their 9-day detox where you ingest an aloe drink. And this is, as I said, this is just kind of scraping the surface. I'm sure that if we looked at it in a lot more depth, you know, we'd be able to sort of cover a lot more. But essentially, you drink it for 9 days, and you do lose obviously a lot of weight during those 9 days. It might be great for if you're planning on getting into a wedding dress or perhaps going to any special occasion. But essentially, it cleanses and flushes the digestive system, supports the immune system allegedly, and of course, a huge surge in the distribution of the product since last November. So yeah, really interesting.
Becoming one of those talked about.
It is definitely.
I think we can take a look at Gareth now and see that he is well and truly relaxing into it.
He is.
He's asleep.
When he starts snoring, someone prod him.
We have got there's quite a bit of love for Gareth on the social
Is
stream.
there?
Apparently, Gareth, Katrina says you've got a lovely smile. Couldn't agree more. So that cough was not timed, I guarantee. That was just a pleasant coincidence. And people on Twitter are still commenting about Sarah, saying her skin was actually glowing. She looked fabulous.
The skin was glowing, literally. But to be fair, got to give it where it's due, because Gareth's skin is actually looking very calm. Not that it looked like you had angry skin before, Gareth.
What does angry skin look like?
Well,
Red
like that.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
But it is looking very calm and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the continuous tone.
Yes. There is definitely now a consistent tone in Gareth's face.
Lauren, if you could start, only just because we can pick up Gareth's comments on your mic.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I feel like I'm reborn. You know?
It's been a life-changing experience.
I can't describe it really. I can't put it into words.
Is the skin tingly?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it soft?
it's kind
is it
of like a
smooth?
nice tingle
Do you
to
want
your
to
face.
touch your face first, Gareth? Let us know.
Of course
how
I
it
do.
feels.
Touch my face.
Yeah.
And that's your facial
How
over
does
and
that
done
feel?
with. Now that,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh,
But
get
you
used
could,
to
could
this.
you get used to that?
When are you in next?
When you in next?
No, yeah, I could probably. Well, I would, but I do it in secret. I wouldn't tell my mates. Like,
Go in under a hooded.
because I'm a
Hooded
proper man.
jacket.
Like.
Now, Lauren, on that actually, how much do you get a lot of men through to the salon for facials?
You'd be surprised, we do get a few, not a lot at the moment, but you never know now. This may start
this is
off
it.
a new
Gareth
trend.
could be setting
The
the
main
trend for
show.
porcina, you never know. I know we've got Katie on the social stream saying that, do you fancy taking a little trip to Merthyr Tydfil for a facial?
Oh, fab, yeah.
It's not that far, you can pop down to
No,
Gorsaiden
I
and have a little session with Lauren. She can
No
sort your skin out,
problem
get you
at
glowing
all.
like Sarah.
Absolutely. Lauren, thank you for that.
That's
Please
no
stay with us, because
problem.
obviously we're going to
Yeah,
get a
of
lot
course I
of
will.
questions, because it is our skincare special, not skin scares, I keep saying, a skincare special
Yeah.
tonight. Gareth, thank you ever so much, buddy.
Sorry.
Fab.
You've been a wonderful model for our make-sure tonight.
It's lovely to actually see a guy have a facial and be just literally, you can just see that kind of,
And he enjoyed it. I've never seen such a lovely smile. But yeah, exactly. You can see Gareth relaxing into it, and I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, do I have a facial? I'm a guy, and it's like, no, look how
I
much
think every
Gareth
now and again a
enjoyed
little
it.
bit of a treat, even if you keep it secret, it's fine. Thank you to Lauren. We will be crossing back over to Lauren very, very soon. Thank you to Gareth. Thank you to Sarah as well. We have already looked at some of the newbies on the block
We have,
tonight. We've
indeed.
also looked at, of course, at Lizil. We're now going to look at one of the most established brand names out within the skincare market. We're going to be looking at Clinique. And Clinique is a company that started in 1968 and are owned by Estee Lauder. Now, what I think I find quite fascinating about the Clinique brand is that it's very, very difficult to find their story, because they're so established. It is it's almost a household name.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
there is, you really do have to kind of delve. They don't necessarily put their history on their website, but it is such a well-known brand. I mean, if you actually use, if you do use any Clinique products, we'd love to hear from you tonight, because it's quite an amazing system that they go through to get their product to
it's
the
incredible.
shelf.
And I couldn't quite get over it when we took a little look closer into it. the process that they go through just to get a product to
Yeah.
market is incredible.
Yeah, if you didn't know, we're going to be looking at 3 products, the step 1, 2 and 3 for problematic skin. So for those of you who have been texting in tonight about problematic skin to Lauren, we will be addressing those, but we are actually going to be focusing on these 3 products. Now Clinique, they have a very stringent and quite fascinating way of processing a product. They test each product on 600 people 12 times. That's 7,200 processes of testing. And if one of those testing occasions produces an allergic reaction, they scrap the product and they go back to scratch. Now, this is something that they set up in 1968. It was actually Estee Lauder's daughter, Evelyn Lauder, who saw the head editor of Vogue and a doctor from Germany who had come together, written an article about how every woman should have a skin care routine and how important it was. Evelyn cottoned onto this. She spoke to her mum about it. And essentially what happened then is that, of course, you had then the start of the White Lab Clinique clinicians, I guess. Yeah. They do go through rigorous training, of course, and what we were fascinated about is the prescribing, wasn't it? The consultancy and the prescribing of it.
It's not. It's taken to that medical extent almost. Yeah. It's that level of, completely assessing the skin, the you know, looking into the history of each of the clients, like as you could call them, and it's really taken to that level, and they take things so seriously. And this is what we've noticed from personal experience from some of the people in the office.
Harriet's been using it for a while, hasn't she?
And also with the blogs that we read, it's not a case of it's getting that, sitting down, getting that consultation, getting that prescribed treatment to
it's personalised and hopefully bespoke, isn't it? That's
exactly.
the thing.
And it is exclusive to you, and it's, you know, and one thing, and one of the blogs that we look at, Liv's blog that we'll take a look at in a little while, she mentions how she went into store thinking, oh well, this is obviously the skincare regime for me, and they, after the consultation, they sit down and they're like, actually, no, it's the anti-blemish that you need, and it's understanding that, and they have that expertise and that training. To really
it's actually really interesting. Liv actually does go into quite a lot of detail about the process, the consultation process. This is her blog here. It's quite in detail, Fast Style Liv. It's quite in detail about her experience with, of course, the Clinique consultancy and prescription, and of course the products that she purchased. Now, interesting, because obviously we had, you know, first-hand chat with Harriet today about her experience with the products that we're going to be having a look at, and Harriet's experience and Liv's experience with the product is very, very, very similar.
Very similar.
Now, we were going to ask you if you had this. We were going to ask you if you had experience with Clinique, and if you were an avid addict of Clinique, to get in touch with us this evening. We'd love to hear from you. But as we were saying earlier, you know, we're not going to sit here every week and say every product is amazing, because we want for you to be able to trust the blogs, trust the reviews. Yeah. Now, that's not to say that 1 or 2 of the products within the 3-step program aren't fantastic, but one might not just hit the mark. And that's what we've been finding with this 3-step process, isn't it?
And on that flip side, it seems like the one is really hitting the mark with it. And that's the thing. There are 3-part products to this range. We have got some images we can take a look at as well. We've got, so you have the foaming facial wash, you have the cleansing
blemish solution,
and then you've got the anti-blemish moisturizer. So there are 3 steps, very much with most of Clinique's treatment packages. There are 3-step solutions. And what it seems like from both Harriet's experience and Liv's experience is that this anti-blemish moisturizer is really the standout of the 3, and it is leaving that very matte finish on the skin. And especially if you've got problem oily skin, you don't want anything that's going to leave your skin with any kind of residue or anything. You want to start completely fresh. And that is the one that's head and shoulders of the 3.
Harriet was saying that the actual the foaming facial wash was maybe quite light, but she felt that she needed to use it twice to be able to really clean the skin. She found that the solution sometimes is a little bit drying, a little bit stringent. No allergic reaction or anything like that. It's just that it was just a little bit tightening, a bit drying. but raved about the moisturizer. So again, you might be using this product. This might be a staple in your daily routine, and you will not go without it. If that's the case, tweet us this evening, get involved. We would love to hear from you. And again, a stalwart brand, a brand that isn't going anywhere, a brand that is continuing to thrive, but interesting to get your feedback on it. As we said, we always want to be truthful about those reviews, don't we? And make sure
it's always good if someone's saying, you know, I use this product in conjunction with another one, maybe not a clinic brand, that combination, that works for people. Because I found that with some brands, when you go across brand, you can find the perfect combination for you. I love as I mentioned, the Liz Earle hot cloth cleanser, but then I still have a Clinique moisturizer that I use, the gel. So, you know, it's not having to stick to the full prescribed three-step. You can just pick your favourite. Yeah,
do let us know if you are a Clinique fan or if you've experienced the same things as Harriet, and of course our blogger there, was it Fash Style? Fash Style Live. I thought it was. I was going to say Fresh then.
Fresh, not fresh.
So from one of the old school, of course, skincare experts to an emerging trend, essentially. We have been fascinated with this. We are looking at PBV, pure bee venom. We're looking at Manuka Doctor. Now, of course, we all will have read about the benefits of ingesting Manuka honey, and of course the different grades of Manuka honey, and how expensive that can be, of course, as well. But some skincare experts are taking this to another level now, which is really, really interesting.
It is.
We have specifically fallen in love with one of the products from Manuka Doctor tonight, haven't we? So we're going to talk about a little bit about this, but also, of course, we have been looking at the fact, in depth, we've been looking at the PBV.
Yeah, now, such an unknown, I guess, but so interesting. It
is incredibly interesting and quite fascinating. First and foremost, how on earth do you extract, you know, we were talking earlier about how on earth do you get bee venom out of a bee? And you're starting to think, well, is it like how they get venom out of a snake when they put the fangs on top of a pint glass with some cling film or something like,
There's also...
It's trying to work out how exactly the actual venom is extracted. Now, with Manuka Doctor, we've looked at 3 products, haven't we?
We have indeed. We've got a treatment, we've got a serum, and then we've got a mask. And one thing to note on the topic of how on earth they extract the venom, the one thing to note is that the byproduct of the bees is always done in a harmless way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And we've talked about, do they tickle it out of the bees? I don't know.
No, well, essentially what they do, they freeze dry the venom. So just very, very quickly, when they source the venom, basically what they do is they set up almost like an electrical current, which attracts the bees to like a pane of glass, and the bees sting the glass, and the bees aren't harmed in any way, shape or form, and every layer of venom is then extracted from the glass. It's freeze dried.
Okay.
And it's freeze dried. It doesn't lose its toxicity. So if you are allergic to bees and wasp stings, this is not going to be the product for you. That's important to say that. But it doesn't lose its toxicity. But it preserves the healing properties within the pure bee venom. Very, very fascinating. Now, there are obviously other uses of beehive product, which is the honey, the pollen, the royal jelly, and the bee venom. Yeah. And in this specific case, we have fallen in love with the serum, haven't we?
The Radiant Serum. Now, this is one, obviously, of the 3 that we were sent by Manuka Doctor, and it is just gorgeous from the off, to be honest. It is a radiant serum, which is perfect for high definition and obviously contains the Manuka honey. Now, all of these products, just to mention, are available on Superdrug, so they're very accessible as well. What I'm going to do is just show you this product on the back of my hand, because the iridescence of it is just gorgeous.
It is absolutely gorgeous. It pumps really easily. It's got that little bit of iridescence to it. And when you actually start to rub it in, it's transformational, isn't it?
It is. And then this hand is getting so much attention today. But if you see, you can rub it in and you look at that.
You can instantly see it.
Honestly, it is, even on camera, it doesn't do it. It's got such a lovely pearl finish to it. And I just, as a base to any kind of makeup look or no makeup look that you're doing, it's going to just look absolutely fabulous.
Dewy finish. Oh, it smells divine. That's really important. Now, it's £13, just over £13 at Superdrug, just over £13. Manuka Doctors, we've been talking a lot about ethos of companies tonight and their backstory. Very, very quickly, Manuka Doctor. Healthy, balanced lifestyle, harnessing natural goodness of nature, promoting a feeling of well-being, using powerful natural ingredients, the best natural ingredients, no petrochemicals, and no bees are harmed.
Exactly. All the beans are happy at Manuka Doctor.
Now, there is in-depth blogger reviews on the Manuka on the Manuka honey, and we have, we've read a lot about it. There is a lot of in-depth blogger reviews, aren't there?
And we've just picked 3 for the 3 products that we've been looking at ourselves, and the one that actually features them all and more is What Laura Loves. Now, her blog is so in-depth and so detailed. She takes you through the process, the application process that she's used for each and every one of the products. And I must say that in Laura's photos, her skin looks absolutely radiant, so it is certainly working wonders for her. And she can't really recommend the product highly enough.
No, she got so excited when she took delivery of it.
Yeah, and honestly, you see obviously Laura's application here, and it's fab. And also another product that we'll take a look at is the mask and the creams. But honestly, good things to hear about this brand. The skin serum treatment, which is another one that Laura's reviewed, and obviously one that we've tried as well, not that one, this one, the bigger one. Now, this was one that was reviewed by Gemma over at Miss Makeup Magpie, and what she reported was that not that it had any long-term benefits for her, but she did notice a good day-to-day
preventative almost.
Yeah, and a good pickup. She was saying when her skin was feeling a bit lackluster, a little bit tired, this not only helped prevent and stave away any blemishes, but also just helped to really give her face that fresh, radiant glow. So I would imagine if you're using that skin treatment on top of the radiant serum, you're going to look fantastic.
Absolutely. Now, we haven't tried the mask as yet, but really important so that you know this. We are going to be spreading the product around in the office. We're going to be all trialing it for a little bit of time. So we will be able to feed back to you on the kind of, the long-term beneficial usage of all of the products here tonight. And if you have been using them, get in touch with us, let us know, because we would love to hear from you. And also what we would really love is for everybody to try and get a little bit more involved and to send us your reviews of products. Let us use your reviews, get involved if you want to Skype with us, if you want to get involved with Blog of the Week. We would love to hear from you. This is your show. We want to make sure that we're reviewing products that you want to know about. If there's a specific title or a subject that you want us to review, we would love to do that, wouldn't we?
We aim to please. So any kind of topic that we can look at is open to investigation.
Absolutely.
But that is the thing. This is about everybody's opinions. We look at these ourselves. We might love a product. Someone else might not be too sure. We look at all the different blogs. We get a general opinion on it. So
absolutely.
It's always...
And we might not, there were a couple of products tonight that we didn't rave about, but you might home tonight, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I can't live without that product. Get in touch, let us know why. It's all about making sure that everybody's opinions are heard when it comes to all of the products that we're using, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's very important as well that if you are finding any new and emerging products or trends like the bees, honey and wax and all sorts, then you do let us know, because we love to find out these new things that are bouncing off the shelves, shall we say. But this seems to be one that's winning. It is on a promotional offer through Superdrug at the moment, so I would be pretty sharpish if you're going to be treating yourselves.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm loving the serum, and I'm interested to try the
smell absolutely beautiful.
Trying the mask as well. I think that's definitely
and we will feedback, of course. We will do. We will make sure that we do that. If you follow the blog, of course, BCTV blog, then we will be able to. It'll be exciting to see that. Keep your questions coming coming in for Lauren. We will be feeding those to her before the end of the show tonight and getting her, of course, response on your skincare issues. Hashtag Ask Lauren if you do want to get in touch. And of course, don't forget as well our competitions. We will be showing you another little reminder of our competitions very, very soon. However, we are also going to quickly have a look at our, I say quickly, we're going to just have a quick look at our blog of the week, aren't we?
We are indeed. The wonderful Georgina Kent.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've looked at a lot of brands this evening. Georgina is somebody that we've been familiar with through working with Elf. But also, Georgina was actually highlighted to us through Janiro. And now she's reviewed quite a few of the BB cream and the Marvel gel. So she is known to them as a really great, honest reviewer, and that is what we look for in a blogger of the week. Now, we got in touch with Georgina earlier in the week, and Harriet has been speaking to it, and we do have the all-important blogger interview on the blog, so you can pop over there and have a look. But now, Georgina, as I mentioned, worked with her through Elf. Yeah. She is actually one of the very lucky people that attended the Elf launch.
Well, she's Cardiff-based, which is, you know, lovely to see, because obviously that means that she was able to support the opening of the Elf store down in Cardiff, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And also, we have to say a huge congratulations, because in October she's having a baby. She just announced on her blog, so we're saying a massive congratulations to our blogger of the week. And yeah, she's really interesting, because she was posting how much does she post about her pregnancy on the blog.
Yeah, asking for feedback.
Was it a week? Is it a month? Have a look at the blog. Her blog is Makeup Pixie 3, and there is the big congratulations news right there.
So excited.
And of course, as you were saying, the interview is on the beautycrowd.com blogger of the week interview there, so you can find out a little bit more about Georgina, of course. She is also, for anybody who is starting a blog, I think that's what's important, is that she's got some really good tips on how to blog, about how to get involved with Google, building relationships with brands and that sort of thing. So for anybody who's starting on blogs.
Oh, a hugely helpful blog. And she's got, right at the top of the blog, you can't miss it, you know, you go through the links and you just, it's your basics. It's, you know, because starting a blog can be a hugely daunting process. Even when we do it from the Beauty Crowd side, it's like, oh, hang on, what do we need? How categories, you know, how are we going to organise this? And she goes through it all in such great detail, and it's just very easy to read, very understandable, and I think that's hugely beneficial to a lot of people, and it's been great that Georgina's actually been able to do that. Yeah,
in fact, if you just scroll back down on the internet page, the point there really is, there's the 4 boxes there. That's again so easy to find on Georgina's blog, and that's a great help. I think there's 4 blocks there where she's saying about the Google Analytics and of course the SEO for your blog, building relationships with brand. So that's a great little avenue, I think, for somebody who gets inspiration to start a blog. And of course who wants to maybe start doing that. And she's been going for about 3 years, so obviously well experienced with it.
She knows her stuff.
And she knows her stuff.
I think that's the thing, because we've talked before about how to make the most of your blog and whether you're going to monetize it and all sorts, and just knowing those simple little steps. I mean, Google Analytics to somebody who's just setting up a blog might be
overwhelming, daunted,
and a bit like, whoa, what is this? So it's great that she's gone through it in the steps that she has, and I think it's going to be a massive help to an awful lot of people. Yeah,
if you want to follow Georgina on Twitter, she's Twinkling Pixie 3. That's TWINKLINPIXI number 3, and there she is. If you wanted to follow Georgina, there I am. Look, I tweeted her earlier. If you do want to follow Georgina, then there she is, and of course her blog is Makeup Pixie 3, and that is our blogger of the week this week. So yeah, thanks ever so much to Georgina for letting us sort of share her blog tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, and congratulations again from all of us.
Yeah, great news. Great news. Now, obviously we're running a competition tonight. Is there any more questions that have come in for Lauren? I know there are lots coming through. It's just finding the time to be able to.
There are a lot, and there is quite a lot of talk about the with bees and bee stings and all sorts. So I know everybody's kind of having a look into that as well. So will be something that we're also going to keep our eyes on and keep reporting back to you on that one. But I know it is such a hot topic and a good talking point at the moment.
Yeah, lots of people asking about how do they do it without ripping the stingers off? And essentially, the way that it's done is that no stingers are harmed, no bees are harmed. And
it's not, and I know people are worrying about the fact they're getting electrocuted. They're not getting electrocuted.
They're not getting electrocuted.
It is.
No, it's
a way to entice them.
It's something that they're attracted to, which is why they land on the glass. That's the only reason.
There's no bees were electrocuted in the making of Manuka Doctor.
No.
But it is obviously it's something people that are aware of and they're conscious of, and that is why we talk about these things.
And it's an emerging trend, and people will want more information about it and will want to look into it. A lot of people are calling it Botox.
Or Botox.
Or Botox, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and that's the thing, it is powerful, and it's been used in all different forms. You've got the high street versions of these that obviously are being used day in, day out by people, and you have got the more professional products that are being used in high-end treatment salons and all sorts.
Definitely.
So it has got that.
Emerging trend, we'll keep you posted. As soon as anything comes into us, we will make sure that we are right there bringing that information to you. Now, speaking of which, competitions, really, really important. We've got 3 fantastic competitions, haven't we?
We have
so
indeed.
With that in mind, take a quick recap at this week's competitions. Those 3 competitions, and of course we've got a winner of.
We do have a
Guess
winner.
the product.
I'm interested actually. I would like to see more of the random suggestions, but I am delighted to announce that the winner of the competition is the wonderful Frozy Rose, a regular to BCTV.
Oh, fantastic.
And finger on the pulse. She got that fairly quickly as far as I'm aware. I've been reported in.
Congratulations.
And we can confirm it is the Lumi Clear device.
Yeah, it's basically to rid the skin of acne.
Not to teleport you.
No, not to teleport you, otherwise that would be very handy.
It would be. Maybe it's a dual usage. Maybe we just haven't found that feature just yet. But it is the Lumi Clear device, and it's being raved about. It's a popular one. It's one potentially we can trial. But yeah, well done for winning that. That's £25 worth of beauty products on their way to you, Frozy Rose. Just get in touch through the usual outlets and we will get them on their way.
Fab. Don't forget the other 2 competitions still up and running. Thank you for your questions. We've got a couple of questions for Lauren before we sign off tonight.
We have indeed. We've got Katie from Fun Size Beauty is asking about dry skin around her nose and under the skin blemishes, and any products that you particularly would recommend, or any treatments that she could do.
Right, okay. Again, I'd say the Neal's Yard products because they're really good. What I'd say is to make sure you're cleansing the skin, going through the cleanse, tone, moisturise daily, obviously when you wake up and before you go to bed. I'd also say as well, if you can try and include a mask maybe 3 times a week, but make sure it's a mask that's going to set hard, because it'd be for the oily skin then.
Fab. Interesting. I didn't ever know that about the satin.
Interesting.
A lot of people are just asking about high-end versus drugstore versus, middle of the road. Would you always recommend going to that high-end product range, or would you just say you can kind of find what product suits your skin best?
Well, yeah, it depends on the skin type. I mean, the Body Shop is really good. I get a lot from there. It's fab. I also like Elemis as well. That's really good. But yeah, the Body Shop isn't bad at all.
Is it just most important, if you're having a bit of problem with your skin at the moment, speaking to people like yourselves and finding out, getting a bit of a consultation, and then saying, you really need a product that has this in it and that in it, because that's what I found.
I want to stay away from.
It's the different ingredients as well, for the skin, which can help. So yeah, consultation I definitely recommend.
Always useful. Always useful. Brilliant. Well, I know a lot of questions have been coming in for Lauren doing the show, and we will be, this is not the first and last of skincare, I'm
No,
sure.
absolutely
This
not.
will
It's
be
a
huge,
minefield that
huge
needs to be
feature.
explored. That will be it from us for tonight. Thank you so much, Lauren, for coming in from Grace and Evie Salon. Thank you to Sarah. Thank you to Gareth for his Mayshol. Thank you to you as well for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who's been participating in the chat room, Twitter, everybody who's been tweeting and texting in.
We've had loads. We've had a lot of our regulars back tonight, and it's been wonderful to see you. So please make sure that you stick around for the rest of what's coming up over the next couple of weeks. We've got some
of
big
course.
plans.
You've got your live elf show on Tuesday this week, next week rather, isn't it?
We have. We've got the Elf Show Live, which we actually launched this week. So it's a newbie. It's a newbie, and we've been working on that with the support of the Elf Store Cardiff as well. So
Fabulous.
that is a big deal for us, and we're very excited to be getting Elf out there into,
Yeah, definitely.
and into more eyes.
Lovely, fabulous stuff. Also, of course, don't forget, if you do, or if you have missed anything on tonight, you want to go back over where you can get the products from, which products they are. Don't forget, of course, as well, you can do that. You can get involved, of course, by watching the show back on the YouTube channel. It will be available basically straight after we finish here tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you did miss out on anything, of course, and you need to just jot back, of course, that's there for you on the YouTube channel. But can I say thank you to everybody on the team tonight who made tonight's show possible. Thank you, team. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To Harriet, who's busy typing away in the corner. To Nick on cameras. To, of course, the boys in the cube. Beauty Baron. And of course to Gary.
And DJ Gary Howell.
And we'll be back with you very, very, very soon again. Thank you to Lauren again. And thank you to you, my love.
Thank you to you. You've been wonderful.
It's been a good show, and it's been very, very, very interesting. Lots to take in, and it is a minefield that needs to be explored further.
And we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, on that note, have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you again very, 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 very soon here on The Beauty Crowd.
Take care.